Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today we're going to do advertising versus reality on the Narwal Freo Z Ultra Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Here we've got some spilt coffee. Advertisement says it'll mop until it shines the floor. We're actually going to see if that actually is the case. Now this robot does have mop pads that it's going to use to clean up this big mess, but it does have artificial intelligence sensor on the front that hopefully it can recognize the stain and do a special mopping event. It also shows that it will do a matrix clean when it spots a coffee spill, real-time cleaning adjustments, and it can tackle tough stains. Now this is part of a series that I've started. I purchased these robots with my own money. I'm not sponsored. So this is my honest opinion. And if they show something in an advertisement, we've got to hold these robot companies accountable to see if it actually will do what their advertisement shows. So again, I'm home with the honest review. I also do have a website, justadadapproved.com. So the robots that I highly recommend, that's the best place to go find them in an order. And I'll have all this information on how to maintain your robot and a scoring system and everything, justadadapproved.com. So let's get started. Okay, let's check the Freo Z Ultra advertising versus reality. We've got spilt over here. How well is it going to pick up? Now it is in the swing where it swings to get the mop pad next to the wall. It cannot extend the mop pad, so it swings the robot. Doesn't have very good corner cleaning capability. I call that the robo twist to get the mop pad right next to the wall. Yeah, it does a good job by doing that. Just takes longer. But we've got some spilt coffee here. We're going to see if it recognizes it and what's going to happen. Not very good corner cleaning capabilities. Okay, it's going back and forth in the nice straight lines. It did the perimeter of the room first. Okay, it has recognized the stain. It's coming up with a strategy. How's it going to deal with it? Okay, it's going to mopping only. It turned the side brushes off, which is nice. And it's mopping only. Now those mop pads have to absorb that coffee, and it has to take it back to the dock and wash it off the mop pads. And you can see in the app, it's identified it, and it's in a mopping only event. It says there's a large area liquid spill. All right, now it's going to travel back to, it lifted the mop pads. Now it's traveling back to the dock to wash the mops. This is all part of a series I've been doing. I've been testing all the robots, advertising versus reality. Now I've had this Freo Z Ultra for a long time. I've had it hooked up to water. There is a kit that it can autofill its tank and empty into a sewer.
Started to prepare electrolyzed water.
All right, so it's preparing the electrolyzed water. I'm not sure if that does anything or not. So it's going to wash those mop pads and go back and finish that room, hopefully. Okay, the mop pads are cleaned. It traveled back to the room. Let's see where it picks up. So it looks like it's in a mopping only event, and it's going to remop this area, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Because while those mop pads absorbed most of the coffee, it did spread it around in that circle quite a bit. But now the mop pads are clean. Now it's doing the crisscross pattern. So it went left, right, now it's going up, down. And I like how it focuses just on where the stain was. It doesn't do too big of an area. Now it's going back to wash the mop pads. And here we have a time frame, even though it's not quite complete yet. Now I did have the Freo Z at my house. I did love it. It just uses a lot of water. So whenever I brought it here and hooked it up to a water line and I don't have to empty the dirty water tanks or fill it up. Now it's a really good robot because it just uses so much water, because it definitely cleans really good. Okay, it's back here to the room. What's it gonna do? Ooh, I think it's okay. We're vacuuming and mopping because the side brushes are turning, and I can hear the vacuum kick on. Not sure what that is. Did it see a little stain? It went back and forth. Now it's going back to wash the mops. Doesn't really say, oh, maybe it's done. Huh, I think it's done. Yeah, it says 100%, but we'll see if we get a remopping, a dirt detection event. Coverage was okay. I've never been super impressed. Now, it said task completed, mop drying started. Why didn't it wash the mop? Yeah, I would have liked it, like, it should wash the mop at the very end of the job, right? Because so it says it cleaned that. Okay, just... Smart cleaning strategy. See, it didn't. Dock self-cleaning, check. Why wouldn't it have washed the mop one last time? Because it might have gotten a dirt detection event. I've got it on AI, intensive cleaning for large dirty area. Intensive corner cleaning, smart. Clean. General. Not sure. Oh, it needs replaced. Well, I know we got to get back to, oh, it's sticky. I mean, it's sort of clean. It's not sticky. I do see a little bit of a film, but it did get the coffee up. Yeah, I don't see much. I don't see any coffee. No, it's a little sticky. Like I can tell there's a little bit of coffee here. It's not, yeah, it's not clean. Yeah, when I run my hand over clean, I can feel just ever so slightly. Boy, it just needed one more mopping event. So this is part of my series, advertising versus reality. Now, if we see it says it mop, this is the advertisement, mops till it shines. I would have liked one more pass. It did have a matrix clean on the coffee spill. That was correct. Real-time cleaning, yep. And it said it didn't adjust the downward pressure, but in this it says it does. I got to try more ketchup and coffee stains and stuff, but I was really hoping for one more. I wanted that dirt detection sensor to go off and do one more. Like if it would have washed the mop pads at the very end, we might have gotten another mopping event. I'm up to about my 12th or 15th robot. I've done the Aqua 10, the Eufy E25, Ecovacs T80. I've done it on all the flagship, Mova Z60, Narwal Flow, Dreamy. Now I'm using this as part of my scoring system. I do have a 3-month scoring system. I take all robots to my home and use them for 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, I give you an overall score of buy it now, wait for a deal. This is just the dad approved logo. Buy it now, wait for a deal, or skip it. If it's skip it, it's not going to have my logo on it. Again, my website will have all of the current baseball cards, or like I call them, like data sheets for these robots. And you'll also be able to see my scoring system on this. This one right now, it's a couple years old. It's a wait for a deal. Right now, that's not a $1,200 robot. That's about a $600, $700 robot. But keep in mind, for that, see, that's an older robot. Doesn't have side. There's no, nothing reaches into the corner. The mop pad doesn't extend. So while it's just a dad approved at a certain price point, but at around the $600 price point, the Mova P50 is a little bit better robot. It's got all the side brush extends, mop pad extends that I absolutely love. So again, while it might be just a dad approved wait for a deal, that deal might have to be pretty low since the technology that it's using is actually pretty old. So again, this is all part of my series. JustADadApproved.com is where you can find all the information. If you purchase a product off my website or from this video, I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on the link, the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. Again, my job is to get you the best robot at the best price. I don't want you wasting your money on a bad robot. If you spent $1,200 on that robot right now, while I think it would do okay, you could have got a much, much better robot. That's where you can see my list. It's updated constantly. And then if it's on my list, it's going to have all, like the Mova Z60 might be an approved at a certain price. It's not going to be a recommend from me. So you can see the review on that robot. But the robots that I recommend, right now they have the latest features. They have really good price points usually. And I'll put them on my website. They're going to have videos to back up what I think about them. They'll have the unboxing, how to set up, the first look. I'll show you how to clean the robot, the detailed review, and I'll compare it to its closest competitor. So if it's a robot that I highly recommend, check out the videos for yourself. Before you spend $600, look at my videos and see if this is something you would like and see how it actually cleans. So again, JustADadApproved.com. I really appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.